Hi, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you to Flinders University. Every year it's terrific to see new faces on campus and to know that so many people have chosen to study here at Flinders. I love walking through the hub, feeling that incredible buzz and seeing students just like you, talking to new friends, sharing ideas, helping each other out. These are just some of the things that make Flinders such a wonderful place to study, as I'm sure you'll discover once you find your feet. Your first few days may seem a bit of a blur. We've all been there. Starting university is a big step, and it takes time to learn all the ins and outs. But don't worry, plenty of support's available to help make your transition to life at Flinders as easy as possible. Flinders staff and student ambassadors can help you find your way. And I know from experience that your fellow students are kind, inclusive, and always ready to help. So where do you begin? Well, Flinders' website's a great starting point. You'll find campus maps and plenty of information about university life. Our Ask Flinders Facebook page will keep you up to date on university events and Flinders news. Flinders also has a busy social scene, and Flinders University Student Association, FUSA, can help you find social clubs and many other activities. As well as online support, we also provide support in person at our campus locations at Sturt, Tonsley, Victoria Square, regional South Australia, and across the Northern Territory. Here at Bedford Park, the Flinders Connect team in the hub can answer questions about enrolments and course information. The Student Learning Centre within Flinders Library is also a great resource for any academic help that you might need. Our confidential and professional health, counselling and disability services are available to all students, and Flinders Oasis drop-in centre is a warm and inviting space for people from all backgrounds to socialise. Oh, and of course Bedford Park has plenty of food outlets, although I'm sure you've discovered those for yourself already. I'm confident that you're going to love being a student here at Flinders University, and I hope you're going to have the time of your life.
Okay, so welcome. I'm hoping that I might need to just...
Hi, I'm Professor Claire Pollock.
Thank you, Claire. I might just need to make sure that our... if you're watching at home, can you let me know if you can see the lecture slides? I might just need to make sure I share my screen with you. Which it doesn't seem to let me do at the moment. Probably because I can't. All right, I'll just carry on, and I'll make sure that the slides are available to you afterwards. Okay, so welcome. Lovely to see you. A small group, but that's fine. There'll be more people to watch our recording after this session or at another time. So I'd just like to start by recognising that we meet on the lands of the Kaurna people today, and that we respect their spiritual relationship with their country. We also acknowledge their continued responsibility to care for country as we work on Kaurna land. I think if you've managed to find this room today, then you should be congratulated, because this building is quite confusing. So from the car park end of the building, you enter on level 3, and then from this end of the building, you enter on level 1. So it's a little bit difficult. So well done if you've managed to find your way here. My name is Rachel Hedger, and I am a lecturer in early childhood education for both undergraduate and masters. I am also the course coordinator for your early childhood degree. So I coordinate each of the degrees that you are in. If you're in special education as well, then Carol Lallant is your other coordinator for special education. Hello, welcome. Nathan, I think you might be an hour late. 9 o'clock was our lecture. This is the welcome lecture for first years. I know, I'm sorry. Go watch the recording on Flow, because this room was double booked at 9. So we were in here at 9, but some people were sent away before I got here. So I'm sorry, but the recording's on Flow. Okay? No worries. We were double booked a bit earlier with some confusion. So I'm course coordinator for your early childhood degree, and I also coordinate all of your professional experience placements. So if you need to send an email, the chances are you need to email me in the first instance. My office is on level 5 of this building at the front end by the car park. If it's more helpful for you to come and have a conversation with me and you're feeling completely overwhelmed and confused and everything's getting too hard, please feel free to come and see me. I am hopefully in my office during those times for you to pop in and visit, but if you're planning on coming to see me specifically, please just drop me an email and I can let you know if for any reason I've been called to a meeting or something and can't be there. So I'm very happy to answer your questions. I understand this is a very confusing time, not only just starting university, but also starting in the year prior to 2020. So you're all very brave to take on a new degree at this time. And I'm here to help you through it. That's my job. So I'll help you as much as I can. If you have any general inquiries, they can be sent to the EPSW inquiries office, just, if you're lost or you don't know where something is or you have a general question. And if you have something related to your study plan, enrolments or course advice, you need to send and ask Flinders. Don't think there should be a dot after that. I don't think that dot should be there, just for future reference. These are not all my slides. So I'm just going to run through some general information for you before we move on to something that's a bit more early childhood specific. So making sure you are set up and ready to go in O Week is very important. So you'll need a few of the following things. You'll need an ID card, first of all. They look a bit like this. And you can get one of those by going onto the Order My ID card on your Okta dashboard. I'm hoping you all know how to log into that by now. And this is helpful for borrowing from the library. It gives you access to certain rooms. For example, the computer room that's at the front of the building on level 3. It will allow you to get into there. It helps you with printing exams and all those things, although you won't probably have very many exams. So make sure you've got your ID card sorted. If you haven't already enrolled in all your topics for semester 1, then we suggest you do so as soon as possible. Now, what you'll all need to do at some point this year is to grab a copy of the Professional Experience Handbook, especially my Masters students, Masters of Teaching students. You'll need one of those this semester. And you can get one of these from level 4 of the Education building. At the front on the left, it's the Will office. So if you go up the stairs to level 4, you'll be facing the lifts. Go around the lifts to the left-hand side and follow that corridor, and that's where you can collect one of these books. You won't really need to refer to it yet, apart from the fact that it has your study plan inside. So it might actually be handy to have a copy now to make sure you're enrolled in all the correct things for semester 1. Okay? And if you need any help on enrolments, you can call the number here as well, okay? You'll need a certain number of textbooks while you're here. You can follow this link to be able to purchase those. One of the key texts you'll need for first year is called The Child in Focus, and that's for your play topic, also with me. So you'll need to purchase a copy of that text as soon as possible. It is also available as an ebook online, but to have your own text for the whole of your degree is quite important. So follow that link and it will give you all the information that you need about textbooks. The best place to purchase them will be online via Booktopia. Jekyll is another one. Anywhere that you find it the cheapest is the best option. And understand that they take a couple of weeks to be posted to you. Parking, luckily, is free this week, but won't be from next week. So you will need to make sure you have a permit in place on your car. Otherwise, you are likely to get fined. It's around $40 per time. And you can access the information via the link here, flinders.edu.au/parking, or using the Cello Park app in your Okta to make sure that you have that registered. So make use of the free parking this week, but from next week you will need to pay. Yeah. Hi. Hi, Wally. Absolutely. I talk very quickly, I'm sorry. Oh, textbooks. I'm pretty sure that this information will also be available on the orientation flow page, which you should all have access to, so you can come back to it that way. If you cannot find it, send me an email and I will send the presentation to you, okay? All good? No worries. There's a range of ways that you can get around the campus and in between sites. So if you get the bus to the Flinders Hospital, then you can get the free loop bus up to this part of the campus. So the loop bus goes all over the place. It goes down to Sturt, it goes to Flinders Medical Centre, it goes to Tonsley, and it stops just at the kind of solar panel car park just at the top of this road here as well. So that's available to you at any time. It also stops, and this is very handy, I'm hoping you found the coffee shop in the next building along here, Law and Commerce. If you carry on walking just past there, there's like a seating area with trees, and there's a car park there. It also comes into that car park, so it's very handy to be able to get the loop bus to different places. And then you can look at the timetable for that on the link here. We have a wide range of scholarships available to all commencing students. You don't need to be a super duper amazing A-star student to apply. So if you want to investigate what those scholarships are, and if someone's going to give you free money, then I wouldn't say no. So feel free to investigate your scholarship options at this link. Wi-Fi. So when you're using your laptop or phone or tablet within the university, you'll be able to connect to the EduRoam system, and you should only need to do this once while you're here or when you start a new device. You'll need your username, which is your FAN, Flinders authentication number, and your password, and you type that into the EduRoam link, and you should then be able to access free Wi-Fi whenever you are here. Okay, getting prepared. So, I think personally, because I still get lost here, a tour around campus would be helpful, especially if you look at your timetable and go, oh, half of my classes aren't in the education building. I don't really know where they are. And the maps are reasonably handy, but I think a tour is always useful to make sure you know where everything is, and also make you aware of all the facilities and the nice spaces. I see on some of the Flinders Facebook pages, where can I go for a sleep? Where's a nice quiet place that I can go for a sleep? This tour might give you some ideas as to where you can go to study quietly or rest or recover, and you might find in around week 4 or 5 you need a quiet place just to compose yourself. So a tour may be useful. We have lots of staff and friendly people down at the hub that will help you at any time. So at the Bedford Park campus, you can go to meet them at the student hub from 10 till 3. And if you're at one of those other sites, then those are the times available to you. So please make use of everyone that's available to help you this week to allow you to settle in to university life, because that's why they are here. So you can have a go at looking at the Flinders, finding your way at Flinders flow page. So flow is Flinders Learning Online, and you can click on that via your Okta page, and that's where all of your topics, online topics, will be accessed. So it would be worth sitting down with your computer this week and just exploring flow and having a little bit of a look through the flow sites and how they work. So finding your way at Flinders is a great site to help you get familiar with working on campus. We offer a range of services and supports through your journey here at Flinders, whether that's academic, career, wellbeing, or financial support. At some point, you may have some kind of crisis that requires help. So I will make sure that you are supported as much as possible, but there are also other resources available. So I'm just going to play you our next video.
Imagine you've turned up to uni for the first time. It can be a little daunting. Where do you go and who do you go to for help? Flinders University has a lot of services to help you on your journey. Sometimes, uni will feel fun and easy. At other times, it can seem challenging. Flinders Connect is there to answer any questions and point you in the right direction. Flinders Connect can also assist you with enrolment, class registration, fees, scholarships, and general information. When it's time to study, there's the Library and Student Learning Support Service. Library staff can help you navigate the wealth of information across 3 Flinders Library branches. If you need help with Flinders Learning Online, the library helps with that too. The Learning Lounge is available to help with academic writing, maths and statistics, referencing and English language support. You can also access Studiosity 24/7 for support with study and writing online. Everyone is welcome at FUSA, your student association. FUSA is home to the Student Council elected annually by students like yourself. It's their job to represent your rights and interests. They host lots of events on campus and are home to many clubs and societies for you to get involved in. FUSA also produces the student magazine Empire Times and offer free and confidential financial and academic advocacy. Flinders has more than 3,000 international students from over 80 different countries. International Student Services is the first point of contact for all onshore international students and offers a range of programs supporting your enrolment, study and social life. The Yungarendi Student Engagement Team provides support for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students. This includes academic, pastoral, financial support and advocacy, scholarships, orientation, a culturally safe study space, social activities and more. Looking after your mental and physical health is important. At Health, Counselling and Disability Services, students can access confidential appointments with qualified doctors, nurses, experienced counsellors and disability advisors. Oasis is a student wellbeing centre focused on supporting the social, spiritual, physical and emotional needs of all students. Careers and Employability connects you with industry, employers, career resources or advice and access to over 8,000 job opportunities each year. It also houses the Flinders Horizon Award program, providing unique opportunities and experiences to complement your studies. Let's keep in touch. Each week during term time, we send a newsletter called Ping, straight to your uni inbox. It's designed so you only see what's relevant to you. Let us know if you have any ideas or feedback to improve your experience at Flinders. The Student Ideas Gateway allows you to tell us how to help. To connect with any of the services mentioned, go to students.flinders.edu.au.
That was a very whistle-stop tour of all of our services. Yes, I know, I'm sorry. I will make sure you have the link to watch the video. Don't have the facility as a guest to share the slides with you, so I'll make sure you get this information. Who's replying? Oh, you're welcome, Kerry. Okay. So with Health, Counselling and Disability, they offer free counselling to support if you're struggling with mental health or any concerns. And also they will help you to develop an access plan. So if you have anything that's impacting your study, a disability, you know, caring for someone full-time or dyslexia or something that will impact your ability to submit assignments on time and to attend classes regularly, then go to Health, Counselling and Disability Services. They will develop an access plan with you so that you can get support with submitting all of your work online. Respectful and appropriate behaviour is expected all times at Flinders, and this includes our online environments. Flinders University is committed to providing a safe and respectful learning environment and has zero tolerance for sexual support and sexual harassment. So if you have any concerns of that at any time, then you can report them via the Safety on Campus website or the email address here. Okay, so making the most of your orientation and the next few weeks on campus. We are so lucky to be back together face to face for at least the time being. So please take advantage of all of these opportunities available to you. So this is O Week this week, we're halfway through. There's lots of events happening down at the hub, lots of free things and good food, so get down there and make friends as much as possible and socialise. And then there's more resources and events available via the following link. And our orientation doesn't just finish at the end of this week, it carries on into the next few weeks as well, where you can focus on things in a bit more detail. So some social events happening this week. We've got quiz night tonight at the tavern. Tomorrow there's a community market at 11 o'clock and forest walks on Friday. And then all week there's the fair days and tours happening. So I would encourage you to take advantage of all of these free events as much as possible, because life will seem quite boring down there in a few weeks' time compared to this week. If you missed your course orientation session, or you would like to get more prepared for university, then check out the orientation video library. I'm sure you don't have anything better to do and you've exhausted all your Netflix. So there's a huge long list of videos there that you can watch. We also have a mentoring program, so this is also available to all of our new students. Again, further information is at the bottom of the screen. I had a mature age student come and visit me 2 years ago in my first tute, and he said, I need some help. I said, okay, what do you need help with? He goes, I don't know how to check my emails. I went, right, you're going to need to know how to do that. So anyone that needs, support with accessing Flow, with how Okta works, emails, setting up your email signature, anything along those lines, please make the use of these mentoring programs as well, because when we start teaching next week, if you don't have all of this knowledge kind of set and organised, and then we start adding teaching and assignments on top of that, you'll start to feel quite overwhelmed. So make sure that you are clear on what you need to be doing moving forwards. In setting up your email signature, please can you do this as soon as possible? I'm getting lots of students emailing me asking questions about their study plans or their enrolments, and I can't find your enrolments and that information if I don't have your student ID and all the information that I need, and that goes for everyone you're communicating with. Okay, so if you send anyone a question, the chances are they're going to look you up on some kind of system, and you're going to need to have that information there for them. So in your emails, the easiest thing to do is just in the little search box on the top right hand side, just type in signature, and then email signature will come up, and then you can type in all of this information. So have your name, your student ID, the course you're doing, and what year you're in, okay? And that will help us to locate you should we need to on one of our systems. And it also makes sure that we can give you the right information, because information for undergraduate is different to masters. All of your assessments in your degree are found in the Statement of Assessment Methods called the SAM. There's lots of terms used in this university that I want to make sure you understand. So the SAM is the Statement of Assessment Methods, and there's one on every Flow page, and that gives you the assessments for your topic. So the information that you need to know to be able to pass the topic. Each topic will also have a topic information book, unless it's professional experience, and then we run through this one instead. I suggest you print a copy of your topic information book to keep with you for each of your topics. They're about 8 to 10 pages, but it's handy to have a paper version that you can write on, refer to, go back to, and you've got it with you at all times. I always have one for the topics that I'm teaching as well, so make sure you can access that. If you need to submit an extension for an assignment, or you need to request an extension for an assignment, that's done via the Flow page as well. And you need to just fill in, how long you'd like for your extension, the reasons for that, and that will get sent to the topic coordinator for them to review. You also need to send your topic coordinators your access plan. So if you already have an access plan, please make sure you email it to them, or when you get one, so that they can make the accommodations that you need. We are moving into a new phase of referencing this year because we're moving to APA 7th edition referencing. So for all of your assignments in education, you need to use APA referencing. There's different types of referencing, Harvard and all of those. But for education, we use APA. And you'll need to make yourself familiar with that for the first assignments that you're writing this semester. So I've included a link to the guide, but if you just type into Google Flinders APA referencing, then this will come up. And this guides you through what's required. If you're sitting there going, well, I've only ever used APA 6 and I'm not really sure, then I'm not going to complain if you're using APA 6, because at least you're using APA. But you need to familiarise yourself if you haven't ever used APA referencing before. Something that I will flag that isn't very well known is the use of EndNote. Has anyone heard of that program before? So EndNote is a referencing system that you can download onto your computer, and it's available here at Flinders. And you put all of your references into EndNote, and then when you start typing your assignments, you just have to add your reference and it types it all for you. It types the reference for you. It's amazing. So just as a kind of FYI today, if you can log into or register for any EndNote training that the university is offering, I would strongly suggest you do so. And I will, when I have you in class either this semester or next semester for your play topic, I will show you how to use it as well, because I think it's really helpful. As long as you get everything right in EndNote, it carries over into all your assignments, and it will save you from typing up references, which is really helpful to save time. Okay, so that's the kind of generic Flinders related information. Now we can get onto something that's a bit more early childhood focused, and this is a little bit more exciting, I hope. So welcome. We are a small area of the education system here at Flinders, and we are your kind of early childhood face, as it were. For your degree. So we have 3 early childhood degrees at Flinders. There's the Master of Teaching Early Childhood, which is 2 years. And then we have 2 undergraduate degrees. One is the Bachelor of Arts and Early Childhood Education, and one is the Bachelor of Special Education and Early Childhood. So the chances are you're enrolled in one of those. Someone commented to me this week that they heard that students were enrolling into early childhood because it was easier than teaching in school. If you are of that opinion, you are wrong. It's actually going to be quite a bit harder to teach in early childhood than it is in school, because in school, everything's the same. If you're teaching in reception or year 5 or year 6 or year 4, they all go out to recess at the same time, they all come back in, they all go out to lunch at the same time, they all go home. And you just teach them for those components of the day, and you teach them the Australian curriculum for their year group. So not a lot changes. You master the art of teaching, and you can teach year 1, you can teach year 7, you can teach year 4. It doesn't matter. In early childhood, you have to learn how to educate a 6-month-old baby and an 8-year-old. You have to learn how to be an educator in long daycare, birth to 5. You have to learn how to be an educator in preschool, in kindergarten, and you have to learn how to be an educator in junior primary, in school. And you will have placements in all of those places as well. So it's not as easy. And whilst some people also think, oh yeah, but I'll get to play with the Play-Doh. No, you'll get to observe the children playing with the Play-Doh. You'll get to set up the Play-Doh. You'll get to identify what learning is happening within that experience with the Play-Doh. And you'll get to identify what's next for those children playing with the Play-Doh. So this is a very different context that you're going to be in. Okay, you're going to be working with babies right through to children that are 8 years old, and you're going to need to differentiate your teaching to meet the needs of a variety of children. And teaching a baby is very different from teaching a child in year 2. So you will have placements across all of those settings. These are some of the ones that we use quite regularly. We have to meet 2 accrediting bodies within early childhood. We have to meet AITSL, which is the Australian Institute for Teaching and Learning, and we also have to meet ASIQA, which is the qualifications for birth to 5. So we have a lot to cover. We also have to cover the National Quality Framework, which governs birth to 5 settings and OSH organisations. Hands up if you're already working in childcare or education in some way. Okay, a little bit. Once you've done your first placement, you probably will be working with them because they tend to like our students, and they tend to offer you jobs if you're good. So you may get some employment that way. So I hope in coming to this lecture you understand that this is a complex career that you are stepping into. And you're going to need to understand a very wide range of children and a wide range of developmental milestones and a wide range of age groups, and you're going to have to be flexible in how you teach these varying age groups across your career. So, just a few things that I'm going to talk to you about now are things that you're going to need for your professional experience placements, either this semester or next semester. And if you can get them done now, it saves you a lot of time later on. So there are some compliance documents that you will need. 2 at the moment. One is responding to abuse and neglect training, so RAN training. And if you already have this, you don't need to do another one. And also a working with children check. Again, if you already have this, you don't need to do one. If not, then I will either help you with that this semester or next semester. Okay, so you don't need to do anything about the working with children check yet, but just know that it's coming. If you're a first year undergraduate, we will work on that at the beginning of semester 2. When you start your placement topic, 1225. If you are a master's, we will work on the working with children check next week for our 2-hour lecture that we have. But you can all now do responding to abuse and neglect training this semester. Okay, here is the link that you can use to log into the RAN training. It's a full day session. And you need to be very prompt and on time because they won't let you in if you are late. So we have some face-to-face and some online. This is the link to the face-to-face sessions. So you'll need to make sure that you register for one of those and complete that this semester. If the dates don't suit you for any reason, you can follow this link, and there are additional places that you can go for RAN training outside of the university. Okay, so this link is a link to the Professional Experience website, and you can go to that for information on all sorts of things related to your placements. But under the RAN EC section, just here, then you should be able to register for RAN training at one of these sites instead. Okay, and it is a full day, so you'll need to make sure that you haven't got anything timetabled on that day. So if you can get that completed this semester, then it makes your placement a lot easier for next semester. Okay. Also, please consider having a flu vaccine or booking in for a flu vaccine this April, because we need to evidence that you are fully immunised for your professional experience placements. Some of our childcare centres won't support students that aren't fully immunised, and that includes all of your regular, diphtheria, tetanus, polio, and all of those. And we will look at how you evidence that during your placement topics, but consider a flu vaccine to make sure that you keep well as well, because small children have lots of germs, and more often than not, you'll get sick from working with them. So if you've had a flu vaccine, that helps. And you should be able to have evidence of that in your My Health record, or you can get evidence as a letter from your doctor. But don't worry too much about getting evidence just yet. Just make sure that you consider having a flu vaccine to keep well. I have already pointed out health counselling and disability, but I'd just like you to make sure you're aware that they are always there to support you. 2020 was a very troublesome year for lots of people and for lots of reasons, and some had mental health concerns before that, and then we had COVID, which made things even worse or exacerbated certain situations. So make sure that you are connected with this service if you think it will be helpful to supporting you in your degree. Did you know that Flinders Early Childhood Education has a Facebook page? It's this large hexagon in the middle there. So if you would like to join our Facebook page, we don't spam you with lots of different information, but we just give you kind of provocations and ideas and things to consider and relevant articles, things you might like to refer to in your assignments. So please feel free to join our Facebook page. That's me pretty much done for a very brief introduction to early childhood. But if you have any questions, anything about placement, anything that I can help you with, if you're stuck with topics or enrolments, here's your opportunity to ask. Anyone have anything they're not sure about? Yes.
Enrol.
Yeah. Yes.
For the first year, there's like a bit that's like pick 2 or 3 or something.
Oh.
And I'm quite
No.
confused about it.
Yeah. So if you're a master's and you're confused about what to enrol in, you need to enrol in basically the whole top row of the study plan.
Yeah, it is the whole top row.
Yeah. So you need to be enrolled in 9126, 9127, 9120, 9222, that's my topic, 9130, my topic. All of those. And you can enrol in those for semester 2 as well. But yeah, that's it. Take them all. Topic codes, yep. 9126, these are all EDUC. 9126, 9127, 9120, which is a generic introduction to teaching topic, 9222, and 9130. And if you're in 9130, you have a 2-hour lecture with me on Monday. And if you're in 9222, you have a 3-hour tutorial with me on Monday. So you might be a bit fed up with me by Monday night. And I probably won't be able to speak. Yes?
So we're able to access the sort of flow?
I'm pretty sure, yes. Let me just check that. So this is the flow page that I joined, Finding Your Way at Flinders. So you should have access to that. And I'll make sure that you have the, I can't put the PowerPoint up, but I'll email it to someone and make sure it's there. And if in a couple of days you can't see it, then I will, you can email me and I will email it to you, okay? So just let me know. Yes? No silly questions.
The land type.
Yes.
When is that something that we need?
Okay. So land tight, I fondly refer to the test that should not be named because everyone goes when you say it. So it's the literacy and numeracy tests in initial teacher education. You need to have passed them to be able to graduate from your degree. So you can't graduate having not passed the literacy and the numeracy tests. You can book into them at the same time, do both tests, or you can just focus on one and then do the other. They're about $96 per test, so $198 for both. And they have windows throughout the year for taking the test. So there's a window for booking your test, and then there's a window for when the tests actually commence. I think the next one is April. Now, we have said for masters that you just need to do them whenever you can. But for undergraduates, you need to have attempted them by your third year placement. So if you're a first year undergrad, you've got time, take a deep breath, compose, and think, right, I need to start studying or preparing for these in first year. If you think you can do them, you're happy to do them, go for it. If you'd like a bit of time, then you can take that in order to just settle into university life. Maybe look at taking one in July or September, something like that. So they need to be done before you graduate. And for masters, obviously, that's not that long. 2 years will go very quickly once you get started. So take them when you can, but there's no immediate rush to do that. If you've done them by the end of this year, that's great. If you're doing the beginning of next year, that's also fine. But please don't leave it until the end of your degree, because if you fail one, you're going to need to get some support, and you need time to be able to do that. And I'm still communicating with students at the moment that have graduated and not passed, that have completed their degree and not passed land tight. So they can't graduate, and they either need to take those tests again, sometimes for the third or fourth or fifth time, or they need to graduate with a different degree. So there's really no point you studying this degree if land tight's going to be a huge issue for you. So that's just something to bear in mind and to get on top of. We have a land tight flow page. I'm hoping that you would have access to that. If not, then that might be something that I can look into. I don't know how familiar you've become with flow, but I was showing this to my other students before. You might need to just look at how you filter out your topics by using this section here. So some are like if I go into my past topics, there's heaps, and that's not really very helpful. So either filter them by the ones that you're currently looking at, but if you can't find one yet because it perhaps starts next week, it might be in future. And so what I've done is I've just starred all of the ones that I actually need to be going to every week or every day. And you can do that by clicking on here. So star this topic, puts a little star by it, and then you can filter by your starred topics, and it just keeps the ones that you're using every day up here, and you can have them as cards or you can have them as a list. I actually find that version easier because you can read the whole title, but that's up to you. So it might be that you have access to a land tight flow page this way as well. I'm not sure if I have access to it, but I know there definitely is a land tight flow page. No, I don't think I do. So just be mindful that these are ways that you can filter out all of the pages that you perhaps don't want to be accessing. And the ones that you've accessed most recently will be at the top here. Okay? So that might be helpful moving forwards. Did that answer your land tight question? Great. Anything else that you were not sure about or... Yes, Wally. No, go for it.
You mentioned that most textbooks you can get a
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously postage will take you a couple of weeks. For my topics for 9222, you'll need a copy of The Child in Focus, but that's also available as an ebook online from the library. So the chances are, if you've ordered the textbook, the first few weeks will be available through the readings on Flow anyway. So you should still be able to access the readings via the library, even if you're waiting for the textbook. Yes? Great. Yes, I heard that someone else was doing that too, so that's really handy. Yes, so I'll show you for 9222, and this is, if you're undergraduate, then your very similar topic is called 1221, and you have that with me next semester. Come here. So all of our flow pages are pretty much organised in the same way, and they have all of these little drop-down boxes, and you can open them all or you can close them all however you want. Topic information. So here's our textbook for EDUC 9222, And then also you can access it from this is called the Leganto reading tool, and these will be available on every flow page. So you click on here and all your readings should be sitting in weeks. So here's our week 1 readings, and then you can also view this book online. Okay, so you can click on here. I'll probably make me log in. And you can look at the whole book online. Personally, I like to have a paper copy. I'm old school. I like to have paper copies, and I spend my whole day looking at screens, so I don't like to do it when I'm reading in the evenings or whenever. So you should be able to read this whole book online, but if you like a paper copy to be able to flick through, here it all is, then you can also look at it. You can also read it this way. If you don't want to purchase the book. So for my topic, at least, this whole text is here for you to read whenever you need it. But if you'd like a paper copy, then you can also purchase one. Okay, I'm hoping that's helpful. So the Leganto tool, as I said, is available in all flow pages, and it will take you to a page, actually, it will take you to a page that looks like this, and all your readings should be organised by weeks in here, okay? And I'll go through, well, your topic tutor or topic coordinator should go through all of these things with you when you start your tutorials next week, okay? Anything else that you're not sure about at this stage? For 9222, the child in focus. Oh, this one. Yes, this is your Early Childhood Professional Experience Handbook. And I can show you after this lecture when I leave where you can get one of those from if you want to all do a convoy up with me to level 4, because I'm going to go and see someone that works in that office. So we can all go together if you like. Any other questions? All good? I'm sure at some point there will be more questions or ones that you don't want to ask in a room full of people, and that's fine. So remember to contact your topic coordinator for anything topic related. Contact me for anything course related. Sometimes I'm topic coordinator and course. And then post things onto Flow wherever you need to go. Yes?
If we have a working with children's check and then do we have to send the certificate to anyone?
You will do. Are you undergraduate?
I've done a certificate 3 in
Okay. And what degree are you studying here? Is it? Bachelor. Yeah. So we'll do that together in semester 2.
Yeah.
So just keep them safe for now. And when you start EDUC 1225, we'll use all of that information to apply for your placement. Okay? Yeah.
What was the first book being for the undergraduate?
The first book. So you'll need a copy of this handbook, but not until next semester. So you don't have to get one of these now. And then the textbook for our topic, which is 1221 in semester 2, is this same book. So if you purchase that now, you will definitely have a copy in time for semester 2. And that will be incredibly well organised, and I'll be very impressed. So yes, if you want to purchase a copy, this is a beautiful book, and it's got sections on numeracy, literacy, science, the arts. So this is almost like a Bible. You can keep it for your whole degree and use it in lots of different topics. So it's definitely worth having a copy of. Some you might just use for one topic and then sell it on, move it on, don't need it anymore. But this is one that you can keep for a long time and keep referring to throughout all of your different topics. So, and that's why I use it, so that you're not spending all this money on a book and then not using it again. Okay, you might even be able to get one secondhand as well, because it's been out for a few years. Anything else? All good? Thank you. If you are confused about where any of the rooms are in this building, let me know and I can help you. And if you're in one of my tutes for next week, I will see you then. And we can go for a walk now to get a handbook. Thank you very much for coming.